Why the fuck are you my neighbor? Sonmi asks. I don't fucking know, you reply. Why the fuck do you live here? You let out an offensive expression. Bitch, I lived here for years, you shouted. Shut the fuck up and go do your love coil somewhere else. There are people sleeping, shouted a random neighbor. We're not a couple, both of you shouted in sync. Your eyes trailed to the food he brought. It was origiri. Your eyes widened a bit, your glanous side showing. Is that origiri? You asked in excitement. Yeah, but I'm not giving it to you, he says while making sure you won't be able to get your greedy hands on it. Greedy hands on it. What? Didn't... Oh, don't be so petty and stingy. Sonmi rolls his eyes. Don't think I forgot what you did to me. You caused that misunderstanding, he shouted. Bitch, you thought that upon yourself, I shouted back. Believe you're my neighbor. Inosuke is definitely going to laugh his ass off when he hears this. Don't even think about telling anyone. If you agree that we don't go to school at the same time and don't even think about peeping a word that we're neighbors, I'm going to give you this, he says. You know, deal, you replied and quickly grabbed the origiris from his hand. Time skip. You got out of the shower. That was such a nice bath or shower. You mumbled while walking into your bedroom to wear your PJs. You were getting ready to go to bed. You were about to remove your towel, but you felt a shiver run down your spine. You felt like you were being watched. You felt your anti-pension to see you without any clothes. You quickly turned to your window. There was no one there. Fuck. I really need to stop imagining things. I'm starting to scare myself. You mumble while walking up to the window and closing the curtains. Time skip, your POV. I was walking on the way to school while listening to some Christian music like WAP, which was worship and prayer. Now from the top, make it drop. My voice trails off as my eyes lay upon a familiar boy with white hair. I squinted my eyes to focus on the familiar figure, trying to find out where I saw this boy from. Holy shit! It's Rui? I let out a small gasp and covered my mouth in disbelief. I didn't think he'd be here since he was only an extra. The game only made you meet him through Muzon's route. He introduces you to him at a school festival. There was also a mini-game where you had to take care of him. I scanned him. He seemed to be holding a clear container with some tarantulas inside. He seemed to be waiting for someone. Or he's lost. He caught me looking at him. You, come here. I raised an eyebrow and pointed at myself. Yes, you. Do you even have a brain? Does it look like there's a person here other than you? He glared. I soon walked up to him. Fuck, I forgot. He was a prideful brat. What? Are you lost? I asked. His glare becomes scarier. I am not lost, he replied. Oh, so he is lost. I want you to stay here with me until my mother comes here, he says. Does he hate being alone or something? And why should I do that? I ask. Otherwise, I'll tell the police you were looking at me all funny. I let out a laugh. Trust me, kid, you're far from my type. My type is your type. I wipe a small tears from my eyes from laughing. He only rolls his eyes. Why would you want me to stay with you? Weren't I looking at you all funny? I added. He only glared at me and didn't give me a reply. I guess I'll stay. Be thankful I cried at your backstory, you little shit. Soon a woman walked towards us. I'm sorry, Rui, the woman mumbled. Thank you for taking care of him. She thanked me while bowing. Oh, don't worry, I didn't do anything, I reassured her. What was taking you so long? Rui asked. The mother didn't reply. At least she found you, I intervened. He stared at me before leaving with his mother. Just a reminder that the mother in the demon is the demon who acted as his mother to his family, not his real mother. Weird. Time skip. Today was another cooking class with Docky, but it wasn't any cooking class. The second and third years were also there. My best friend of the player also gets introduced. Miniku, I think that's how you say it. That was her name. The reason why the player gets friend-zoned was because of her. If the player chooses a route when the suitor would fall for Miyaku, because she said that she acts as the wingman. It wasn't her fault, though. It just so happened that the shitty story writer wanted that. Besides, I don't care if she captures the boys. I have no intention on falling in love anyways. I let out a sigh. I couldn't see the three best boys anywhere. Tanjiro was absent too. He said he accidentally slept outside his house and caught a cold. Listen up, everyone. Today, all of you would get gripped. Pick a small paper inside this box, and whatever number you get, that will be your group number. Each group has 3 members, a first year, a second year, and a third year. Taki says. Soon I got my number. It was 69. Damn, how many are we to get 69? I'm not complaining though. I soon noticed Miyaku walking up to me. Are you also a 69? She asked with a smile. I nodded. Yeah, I'm in a first year, I replied. I am Miyaku, a second year. It's so exciting to meet new people, she says with a smile. I guess I could see why they would fall for a cheerful and cute girl like her. I soon noticed Obanai walking up to us. What number are you guys? He asked. 69, I replied. These people are my teammates, he mumbled. Miyaku soon clings to Obanai's arm. I can't believe that we meet again, she says while smiling at him. She gave me a small glance. It looked like she was putting me in my place or was showing me that she's better than me. Excuse me, but what the fuck is this dumb bitch doing? Chapter 16. Excuse me? What the fuck? This isn't even how she acts in the game. Well, who fucking cares? This bitch is pissing me off. You thought? Obanai lets out a disgusted face and pushes her away from him. I don't even know who you are. He glances at her. She lets out a surprised face. Oh well, he'll love me sooner or later, Miyaku thought. You tried hiding your laughter after Obanai told her off. Either way, I hope we all get along. Miyaku lets out a smile. I hope to get along with you too, Miyaku, you replied with a fake smile. All right, everyone, listen. The 3 of you are going to bake 3 types of cookies. Doesn't matter what it is, but the deadline is going to be next week. On Monday, the group with the best tasting cookies wins. The prize will be a surprise. That's all. I'm going to give you all time to talk about which cookies you are all going to bake, Daki says. Do you guys have any experience in baking cookies? You asked. A little bit, Obanai replies, while Miyaku shook her head. Then let's bake tasty but basic cookies. We should stay here after school. I'll ask Ma'am. I'm just gonna say Miss Docky. I don't care that's saying ma'am, but Miss Docky, if that's allowed. Both of them nodded. Time skip. I was just wondering if we could use the kitchen after school. We were gonna try cooking some basic cookies. You asked. You were at the teacher's office. Docky looks at you before replying. All right. I thought that all of you would do it at a member's house, but this is fine too, she replies. You were about to leave, but she stops you. Wait, she spoke out. You raise an eyebrow and turn around. Are you close or friends with the janitor? She asks. Not really. We just cross paths from time to time, he replied. She let out a disappointing expression on her face. All right then, you can leave, she says. Weird, you thought, and left. Time skip. Both you and Obanai had just finished baking butter cookies. Both of you without Miyukun, since Obanai says he saw her leave with her group of friends. You wore the oven mittens and got the cookies out of the oven. The sweet smell of the cookies filled the room. Your phone dings. It was a message from the group chat you created. The members were Obanai, you, and Miyuku. The text reads, Sorry guys, I can't come since my father picked me up. I'll make it up to you all next time. You rolled your eyes at her text. It was obvious she didn't want to come, and she only messaged now. It made your blood boil. You hate teammates like her. People like her who are not only uncooperative, but also contribute absolutely nothing to the group. But there was one thing you couldn't get your mind off of. Miyukun wasn't like this in the game. She is popular, cute, and pretty, but she wasn't this much of a bitch at the player. Miyuku was the best friend of the player, for fuck's sakes. You now only wanted to ignore her and get at least 500 feet away from her. Oh shit. We baked too much, you cursed. I told you not to put too much. You cut him off by shoving a cookie into his mouth. It's fine. We could take some home or give it to random people. Oh, on the bright side, this was a success, you replied. What does it taste like? It tastes fine, he replied. You let out a bright smile. He was a little taken aback from it. Why are you smiling so brightly? He asked. Am I not allowed to smile? You giggle. You look outside to see that the sun was setting. We should clean up, you added. Time skip. It's locked, Obanai says. Excuse me, what? You yelled out and pushed him away from the gate to see if it was really locked. You dramatically dropped to the floor to see it was locked. Fuck you, game gods. This shit again. This shit gets old. Like, why? You thought. Soon you heard a familiar voice call out, You again? You quickly turned to where the voice came from. It came from the janitor, Blake Boomer himself. Holy shit, you have no idea how glad I am to see your ugly ass here, you squealed in happiness. I don't know we even had a janitor, Obanai mumbled. Fuck you, I'm someone at my prime, you brat, the janitor says. Move, you little shits, I'm gonna open the gate. What are you two still even doing late at school, he added. We tried baking cookies, you simply replied. It's baking cookies, a new code name for sex? He asked while removing the lock of the gate. What the fuck makes you think that? You shouted. Well, this is the third boy. Every time there's someone still at school, it's always you, he shouted back. It's just a coincidence. We just baked cookies. As soon as the gates were open, Obanai left. He didn't want to be a part of this noisy argument. Holy shit. I'm always scared that I'm your next victim, he mumbles. You grumble and shove a bag of cookies at his chest. Thank you for letting us out. Here, have proof. Blake stares at the bag of cookies. You were about to storm away, but he stopped you. Look here, you brat, be more cautious and don't let those rumors get to you, he says. You slowly nodded your head and left. You were confused, but you brushed it off. He lets out a sigh as he recalls what he witnessed. Ugh, the nerve of that yin. She really did that to you? A student asks. Miyu-kun slowly nods her head. Yeah, I was just being friendly, but she told me I shouldn't go since I'm useless. Oh, I don't even want to recall the name she calls me, Miyaku sobs. We'll make her pay, Miyaku. The student was cut off by the janitor. What are you brats doing here behind the school? He spoke out. All of them turn to him. The janitor's eyes, each and every one of them. You brats really have nothing to do than disappoint your parents, huh? Blank points to Mia-kun. You shouldn't spread lies about someone you don't know. Now, fuck off. You should have classes. Shut up. Ugh, this rude janitor, why haven't they fired him yet? And Miyoku wouldn't lie, you bastard, a student says. Come on, let's go, another one says. All of them soon start walking away. Miyoku turns her head to give a glare. Blake only rolls his eyes. Flashback end. Kids these fucking days. He mumbles and lights a cigarette. If you're wondering, this is apparently what Blake Boomer looks like. Have fun imagining that because all the comments is daddy. So yeah. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye, lovelies.